Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री सद्गुरु गौतम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 राम हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji sir, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Is it audible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Is it audible, Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Is it audible? Audible. Vimpistunda, Mataji?
Vimpistund, Prabhuji.
Okay. Actually, మేము ట్రావెల్ చేస్తున్నాం Mataji, కరీంనగర్. ఓకే ఓకే. అయితే మేము ట్రావెలింగ్ లో ఉన్నాము. లెట్ మీ వెయిట్. ఎవరు? రాజప్రభు అని హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు, రాజప్రభు. ఓకే. మాతో ఇక్కడికి ట్రావెలింగ్ లో ఉన్నాం Mataji, కార్ లో ఉన్నాము.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ. హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
మీకు మెసేజ్ పెట్టిన ప్రభు, చాలాసేపు అని పెట్టి మేము ట్రావెలింగ్ లో ఉన్నాము. ప్రభు మీకు మెసేజ్ పెట్టినప్పుడు మేము ట్రావెలింగ్ లో కార్ లో ఉన్నాం మేము.
షూర్ ప్రభుజీ. ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. సో ఇవాళ ఏం చేయమంటారు ప్రభుజీ? ఇవాళ ఏం రెడీ చేయమంటారు?
ఐ విల్ మేక్ యు హోస్ట్.
ఏం చదవాలి ప్రభుజీ ఇవాళ?
అది సుబోధిని బుక్ 7th చాప్టర్.
ఏ చాప్టర్ ప్రభుజీ? ఏది చదవాలి ప్రభుజీ సుబోధిని బుక్ నుంచి?
అర్థం కాలేదు.
ఏం చదవాలి అంటున్నా?
ఏం లేదు, ఇక సుబోధినిలో సుబోధినిలో 7th చాప్టర్ ఫస్ట్ భగవద్గీత చదవడం.
ఓకే 7th చాప్టర్. ఓకే
7th చాప్టర్. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే
ఫస్ట్ పీడిఎఫ్ పంపించారు కదా అది?
షూర్ ప్రభుజీ. ఓకే
పీడిఎఫ్ ఓపెన్ చేయండి. నేను ఫస్ట్ ఐ విల్ మేక్ అంతే.
హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే రామ హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే రామ హరే రామ హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే రామ హరే రామ హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే రామ హరే రామ హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే రామ హరే రామ హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే రామ హరే రామ హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Krishna Rama Hare Hare Krishna Mataji. I'm starting with prayers, Mataji. We'll wait for some time or we'll start, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Start
We'll
చేద్దాం
wait
ప్రభు.
for- Okay, we'll start.
8:10 అవుతుంది ప్రభు.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ప్రభు మంగళచరణ ప్రయత్నం స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. మంగళాచరణం.
What, Prabhuji? Yes, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agranatimirandasya Grananjanashalakaya Chashkuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachatade Satarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasati Gauravarta Bunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mataji, is it visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we'll start from here, Mataji. So chapter 7, knowledge of the absolute. Can you read? Yeah, can you read from here, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. In the first 6 chapter nuncha Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Ikkada nunchi na.
Okay, Prabhuji. In the first 6 chapters, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
In the first 6 chapters, the living entity has been described as non-material spirit soul, capable of elevating himself to self-realization by different types of yogas. At the end of chapter 6, it has been clearly stated that the steady concentration of the mind upon Krishna, Madgate Nantaratmana, or Krishna consciousness, is the highest form of all yoga, called the Bhakti Yoga 6.47. From this chapter, Krishna begins to explain the process of Bhakti Yoga elaborately. Earlier, Krishna spoke of attaining liberation by working with detachment, renunciation in action. Now, he will speak about devotion in action. Of all the limbs of Bhakti Yoga, Shravanam, or hearing about the Supreme Lord, is foremost, by which one can know in full the absolute truth, the living entities, the material nature, and their manifestations. Now, in the 7th chapter, Krishna asked Arjuna to hear about him.
Thank you, Mataji. I'll read.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. The glory of knowledge about Lord Krishna. The glory of knowledge about Lord Krishna. Hearing reveals knowledge about Krishna. O Arjuna, now please hear. Shranu, how by taking shelter of me, Mat Ashraya, and practicing Bhakti Yoga, Yogam Yujnam, Yogam Injan, with mind attached to me. Maya Sakta Manaha. You can know me in full. Nasyasi Samagram. Free from all doubts. Asamsayam. Maya Sakta Manapharta Yogam Injam Mat Ashraha Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yata Gnasyasi Tatsrunu. Complete knowledge of the Lord includes knowledge of matter, spirit, and the source and control of both God. Actually, it is not possible to know Krishna in full. Hare Krishna is going to give knowledge of the essential principles or facts about himself, the Supreme God, and his deserves energies, but the detail are unlimited. Second, Gnana and Vijnana about Krishna. Gnanam te ham sa Vijnanam idam vakshami asesataha. I will explain to you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal about my material and spiritual energies, and numinous about my personality and sweetness. Yes, gnatva neho bhuyo nyach gnatva gnatvayam avishishatu. Knowing this, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Greatness and sweetness of Krishna. Generally, Gnana refers to the theoretical knowledge, and Vijnana refers to the realized knowledge. Realizing Krishna's sweetness, Vijnana is greater than knowing his energy, Gnana. Krishna describes Gnana in 7 to 8 chapter, Vijnana in 9 chapter, Vijnana in chapter 9 and both chapter 10 to 11. Hare Krishna Mataji. You can read from me. Third.
Okay, Prabhuji. Rarity of realized knowledge, Vijnana. Manushyanam sahasreshu. Out of many thousands among men. Kaschit yatati siddhaye. Sorry, Prabhuji. Manushyanam sahasreshu. Out of many thousands among men. Kaschit yatati siddhaye. One may endeavor for perfection and attains it. Yatatam api siddhanam. Of those who have achieved perfection. Kaschin mam veti tatvataha. Hardly anyone knows me in truth. In knowing Krishna as he is tatvataha, one realizes Krishna as the possessor of unlimited inconceivable energies, the cause of everything as the jewel of unlimited auspicious qualities such as omniscience, omnipotence, and affection for his devotees. 4 to 12, knowledge of Lord Krishna's energies. Gist of the section: Krishna is the source of both the material and spiritual energies. Everything within our experience is a combination of these two energies. Krishna's material energy: Apara Prakriti, Maya Shakti, nature. Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu, earth, water, fire, air. Kham Mano Buddhir Evacha, either sky, mind, intelligence, and Ahankara Itiyamme, false ego, altogether these 8, 5 gross plus 3 subtle. Bhinna Prakritir Astada, constitute my separated material energies. 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, including their respective sense objects, their causes: smell, taste, form, touch, and sound. 3 subtle elements: mind, intelligence, and false ego. The soul's misidentification with matter and his illusory conception of I and mine. False ego also includes its effects: the 10 senses: nose, tongue, eye, skin, ear, hands, feet, voice, anus, and genital. Shall I read 5th one, Prabhuji? Or
yeah, continue, Mataji. Continue till this next section, till 7th.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Sorry to interrupt. ఈమె లావణ్య చదువుతుంది ప్రభుజీ. ఈమె ఓకేనా?
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ.
చదవండి ఆ సెక్షన్. 5th చదవండి. ఎక్కడున్నారు?
5th వన్ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి ప్రభుజీ.
యా, మీరు చదవండి. 5th చదవండి. 7th ఏమో చదువుతుంది. She will also along with you. Okay, yes.
Sure, Prabhuji. Krishna's spiritual energy, Paraprakriti and Jiva Shakti, living entity. Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedham dharyate jagat. Besides this inferior and unconscious energy, know that there is another superior conscious energy of mind, O mighty armed Arjuna, which comprises the living entities who exploit material nature for their enjoyment. The Jiva is also called Tadastha Shakti or marginal energy of the Lord. Because although spiritual and can control the material energy, the Jiva sometimes comes under its influence and becomes conditioned, forgetting his real spiritual position. Krishna is the creator and destroyer. All creator beings have their source in these two energies. Everything that exists in this world is a combination of unconscious matter and the conscious spirit. And I am both the origin and the end of everything. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Lavani Mataji, please can you read 7th one? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, yeah, Mataji is not proper. Network is not good, I think. Yeah. Mataji, it's not good, Mataji. So we'll read, Mataji, no problem. Akinjan Prabhuji, please can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
From 7th, Prabhuji. Krishna is the maintainer and supreme.
Mataji is still reading it. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Read, Prabhuji. Mataji is not good. Your voice is not good, Mataji. Maybe network issue.
Okay, Prabhuji. I'll read. Krishna is the
Carry on,
main.
Prabhu.
Yeah, now it is good, Mataji. Okay. Krishna is the maintainer and the supreme personality. Mata paratranam nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. There is no truth and no one superior to me, O conqueror of wealth. Mahi sarvam idam proktam sute manigana iva. Everything rests upon me. The supreme shelter, as the pearls are strung on the thread, that is, Krishna is the supreme maintainer of whole universe. Krishna explains how he maintains this world in the next 4 verses. Krishna is not only the source, cause, and basis of everything, he is also the essence of everything. For instance, Krishna said in 7.4 that the element water came from him. Now in 7.8, he says that he is the taste of the water, that quenches our thirst and is the active principle or essence of water. That taste is the Krishna power, Vibhuti.
Yeah, continue, Prabhuji, this.
Okay, Prabhuji. 8 to 11. Krishna is all pervasive and the essence of everything. Rasoham apsu kaunteya. I am the taste of water, O son of Kunti. Prabhasmi sashi shuryoho. I am the light of the sun and the moon. Pranava sarva vedeshu. I am the syllable Om in Vedic mantras. Shabdakhe Varusham Nushru. I am the sound in the ether and I am the ability in the man. Punya Gandha Prithvyam Icha. I am the neutral fragrance of the earth. Tejas Chavi.
Natural. I am the natural fragrance.
Oh, sorry, brother. Yeah, I am the natural fragrance of the earth. Tejas Chashmi Vibhavasau. I am the heat in the fire. Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. I am the life on all the lives. Tapasvi Tapasvisu. Sorry, bro. I am the austerity in all aesthetics. Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidipartha Sanatanam. I am the original seed of all existing or living beings, known that, O son of Pritha. Buddhir Buddhi Matmam Buddhir Buddhi Matam Asmi. I am the intelligence of the intelligence. Tejas Tejasvinam Tejas Aham. I am the prowess of all the powerful men. Balam Balavatam Chaham Kama Raga Vivarjitam. I am the strength of the strong, which is the free from selfish desire and attachment. Dharma Viruddha Bhuteshu Kamasmi Bharata Sabha. I am the sex life which is not contrary to religious principles. O Lord of Bharata Arjuna. Yes. All the above 14 examples are present within the 3 modes of material nature, which are the aspects of Krishna's material energy Maya, and Krishna is beyond them. Having said that, he is both the cause and the essence of everything. Krishna summarizes that even the 3 modes of the material nature that controls this world are under his control. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhuji, you are able to read, Prabhu?
Prabhu, I'll just follow Prabhu.
Okay. So I'm reading 12th. Krishna is beyond the modes. All states of being are the modes of material nature. Goodness, sattva, passion, rajas, and ignorance, tamas, are manifested by me, my energy, maya. but I am not under the influence. Knowledge about Krishna should lead to the surrender to the Krishna, but ignorance of his greatness, caused due to attachment to his inferior material energy, is an obstacle to such a surrender. Having said about himself being distinct from his two energies, inferior and superior, Lord Krishna will now explain the importance of taking his shelter along with those who do and who do not seek his shelter. 13 to 19, surrendering unto Lord Krishna. 13. The jivas are deluded by the modes and thus cannot understand me, who I am untouched by the modes and inaccessible. Tribir gunam mayir bhavir ebihi sarvam idam jagat. Mohitam navijananti mam ebhyaha param avyayam. 14. Transcending Maya by surrendering to Krishna. Daiviyesha gunamai mama Maya duratyaya. This divine energy of mine, the Maya, consisting of three material modes, is difficult to overcome. Mam evaye prabhadyante mayam etam tarantite. Mam evaye prabhadyante. But those who have surrendered unto me, mayam etam tarantite, can easily cross over this Maya. Release from bondage. Another meaning of guna is rope. The conditioned soul is tightly tied by the ropes of illusion in this world. A man bound by the hands and feet cannot free himself. He must be helped by someone who do not bound. Bhakti yoga can help one gain such release. Krishna, being the Lord of the illusory energy, can release the conditioned soul from bondage. If surrendering to Krishna is the solution to the cross all entangling material laws, then why doesn't all people surrender unto Krishna? Hare Krishna. Samyukta Mataji, please can you read from 15?
Okay, Brahmaji. Four types of dushkrinas. Impious people who do not surrender to Krishna. Namam dushkrino muda prapadyante naradhamaha mayaya pahra. Sorry, Mataji.
Continue.
Mayaya pahrata gnana asuram bhavam ashritaha mudha. Animalistic fools who worked hard solely for material sense pleasure, which is available for animals too. Naradhama, lowest of mankind, humans who lost their chance to revive their lost relation with God. They give up bhakti even after practicing it. Mayaya apahrata gnanaha, deluded speculators. Despite having studied the scriptures, their knowledge is stolen by Maya, and they think of the God to be ordinary human. Asuram bhavam ashritaha, demonic atheist, envious of God. Four types of sukrintinas. Yes, Prabhuji. Sukritinas. Pious people who worship bhajante Krishna and eventually surrender prapadyante unto Krishna. Chaturvidha bhajante mam gnana sukritino Arjuna. Artho jignasur ardhati gnanacha bhartarshaba. Ardha, the distressed. Example Gajendra. Jignasu, the inquisitive. Example Sanakadi Rishi. Ardhardi, the seekers of wealth. Dhruva. Gnani, the seekers of knowledge of Lord Krishna. Sukadeva Goswami. Sukritinas, pious people who follow the scriptural principles, social and moral codes, the rules of Varnashrama and worship Krishna. Types of bhakti. Krishna describes the first two types in chapters 7 to 12. Kevala bhakti is unalloyed devotional service performed only to please Lord Krishna without any selfish motives, described in 7.1, 8.14, 9.13, 9.22, etc. It is also called Ananya Bhakti, Akinchana Bhakti, or Uttama Bhakti, that results in the devotee becoming an associate of the Lord with Dasya, Sakya, and other rasas. Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti is bhakti mixed with tendencies for karma, gnana, or yoga, but bhakti is more prominent than than one's others' desires. The four Sukritinas are of this category. The first three types of Sukritinas have Karma Mishra Bhakti, and the last one has Gnana Mishra Bhakti. Later, Yoga Mishra Bhakti will also be described in 8.12. Guni Bhuta Bhakti is Bhakti mixed with tendencies for Karma, Gnana, Yoga, and so on, which Bhakti is secondary element. It is seen in Karmis, Jnanis, and Yogis, who predominantly desire results for their actions, Bhukti and Mukti. Jnani is the best of the four Sukritinas because he constantly Nitya Yukta thinks, if me and serves me alone, Eka Bhakti, I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. While the first three types of Sukritinas serve Krishna because Krishna fulfills their desire, a Gnani serves Krishna wanting to know about him and without material desire. So Gnani is the best. A Gnani searching after knowledge realizes that he is different from his material body. Upon further advancement, he knows the Brahman and Paramatma. When fully purified, he realizes that his constitutional position is to be the eternal servant of Supreme God Krishna. Although Krishna said that Gnani is dear to him, he loves all the four types of Sukritinas devotees. After all, they approach Krishna, though they have material desires.
Thank you, Mataji.
Shall I
Akhilesh
read
Prabhu?
the-
Yeah,
Okay,
Akhilesh
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Akhilesh Prabhuji, from 18, can you read?
Yes, Prabhu. All of
18.
them, yeah, all of them are magnanimous. Udara, giving me love. But Gali, who is in knowledge on me, is exceedingly dear to me, and like my own self. Being engaged in my service, Yuktatma, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal. Krishna said that the Jnana Bhakti is fixed in him as the goal, as the supreme goal, and thus he attains him. But how long does a Gali take a take a take to become qualified to pure devotee? Echoing the 7.3, Krishna now describes how rare it is for the Gali to attain such high level of devotion. 19. The rarity of pure devotee, Kevala Bhakta. Bahulam Jalvanavante, after many births and deaths. Gyanavan Mam Prapadyate. He who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. Vasudeva Sarvamiti, knowing me as the cause of all causes and pervading and all pervading, and surrenders to me by devotees association. Samatma Sudurlabha. Such a great surrendered soul, Mahatma, is very rare. Distillation of Sukritilas. The Harthas, Arthatis, and Jiglasus, after experiencing material pleasure for many lives, finally, in one birth, find these pleasures distasteful, and by association of pure devotees, gain knowledge of Krishna Swarupa, becomes Gyanavan, and surrender to Krishna, and they ultimately attain Krishna. If worshipping Krishna makes the Sakhama Bhaktas successful in this way, what happens if the worship the Devatas, demigod, to remove the distress or fulfill their desires? Krishna explains in the next 4 verses.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So 20 to 25, the demigod worship and impersonalism. Having described the four types of people who do not surrender unto him, Krishna now describes the position of those surrendered to someone else instead of him. In 7.20 to 23, he describes surrender to demigods, and 7.24 to 25, he describes the improper surrender of the impersonalist. Lord Krishna is hungry for the love of his devotees. Therefore, he describes his devotees as udara, magnanimous or generous or charitable in giving him at love. Krishna described Gnani Bhakti to be his own self, but he considered Kevala Bhakta, pure devotee, more dear to him than himself. Thus, pure devotee is the highest. 20 to 23, demigod worship. Who does demigod worship? Those who intelligent is torn by material desires, kamistas, their hruta gnanaha, surrender unto demigods, prapadyante anya devataha, adopting various rules mentioning in the scriptures under the control of their own low nature or desires. Those who worship Krishna with material desires, Sakama Bhaktas, get liberated by the power of devotion to a Krishna. But those who worship Devatas desiring immediate happiness continue to take birth, being averse to taking shelter of Krishna. I gave faith and results to them. I make their faith study in the worship of the particular demigods, and thus they attain their respective desires. But in actually, it is I who bestow those benefits. God gave independence to everyone and does not interfere with it. As the super soul in everyone's heart, he understands their desires, facilitate and direct him to particular demigods for fulfillment of their desires. Demigods are powerful, but their power comes from Krishna. They cannot independently bestow boons without Krishna's sanction. Okay. We'll finish this one, or we'll finish this one, or we'll stop here. So this section till here, I think. We'll complete this section, huh?
Yes.
Mataji, please can you continue from 23rd?
Yes, okay, Prabhuji. Results of demigod worship are perishable. Anvattu phalam tesham tad bhavati alpha medasham. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and the results they obtain are limited and temporary. Devan deva yajo yanti. Those who worship the demigods to go to their planets. Madbhakta yanti mamapi. But my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Diverse destinations. One cannot attain the same destination by worship anyone. It is very logical that a person attains what he worships. The position of demigods are temporary. So how can the results of their worship be permanent? Thus it is said here that the devotees of Devatas are less intelligent. Alpa Medasam. The Supreme Lord Krishna is eternal, and therefore the results of bhakti unto him are also eternal. The demigods are Krishna limbs, so worshipping them should yield the same result as worshipping Krishna directly. But it is often not so, because the less intelligent demigod worshippers do not see the relationship between the demigods and Supreme Lord and worship them as independent lords who fulfill material desires. But those who worship the demigods with the understanding that they are limbs of the Supreme Lord's body obtain infinite eternal results. Impersonalists are those who think that the ultimate absolute truth is impersonal, devoid of any forms and attributes, that it is temporarily takes a personal form as Krishna. See also 9.11. Thus they consider the form of activities of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, to be illusory Maya, and hence they are called Mayavadis. So although they are detached from matter and adopt to various spiritual practices, they do not understand Lord Krishna. But from the Gita, it is clearly that neither the demigods nor Krishna are impersonal. They are all persons. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he has his own planet, and the demigods have theirs.
Thank you, Mataji. Teacher Prabhuji? Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, 24 and 25, Prabhuji.
24. Impersonalists are unintelligent. Avyaktam vyaktim apalam valyalte mam abhutyaye. The foolish think that I, the Supreme Person, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. They think that the impersonal formless Brahman has manifested illusionary from as myself. Param bhavam ajalato bhava vyam anuktamam. They do not know my true nature, form, qualities, and activities, which is imperishable and the finest. In the previous verse, Krishna called the demigod worshippers Alpa Vedasa. are less intelligent. In this verse, Krishna calls the impersonalists Abhudaya, and unintelligent. Unintelligent or sorry, are unintelligent. They are more worse. If the Krishna has eternal form, qualities, and pastimes, then why do we not see these things at all times? And why cannot the personalists who are detached from matter and are therefore also called as transcendentalists see Krishna? Shall I continue, Prabhuji? 25.
Yes, Prabhuji. Finish the 25.
Krishna reserves the right of not revealing himself to all. Naham prakashaha sarvasya. I am not manifest. I am not manifest to everyone always, like the sun. Yoga Maya Samavratha. I am covered by internal potency like the cloud. Budho yam nabi janati. Therefore, the foolish people do not know that. Loko mam ajam avyayam. I am unborn and infallible. Even when the Krishna and was personally present on this planet, only a few people could understand him to be a supreme Lord. Therefore, Krishna says that, but for his pure devotees, all the will consider him to be like themselves. The Lord is not covered by the Maya, but our vision of Lord is covered by the Maya. The Lord's knowledge is never covered, and he knows the past, present, and future of everything and everyone.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We are stopping here, Prabhuji and Mataji.
Yeah.
So we'll continue sloka recitation.
Thank you, yeah.
Share it. Prabhuji, do anybody has that sloka?
In the same group, it might be there on the top, no? Check it out.
Actually,
ఇంట్లోనే పైన ఉందా చూడండి.
నేను ఫోన్ చేంజ్ చేసిన ప్రభుజీ, దానివల్ల మొత్తం పోయింది డాటా అంతా రీసెంట్ గా.
అవునా, ఒక్క నిమిషం లేదు చెక్ చేస్తాను.
షేర్ చేయండి.
చెక్ చేస్తాను, ఉంటే షేర్ చేస్తాను.
మీరు ల్యాప్టాప్ మీద కూర్చున్నారు ప్రభుజీ లేకుంటే?
లేదు మొబైల్లో లేదు.
ఓకే.
గ్రూప్ లో లేవు రోజు.
పంపిస్తుంది, మా వైఫ్ పంపిస్తుంది.
ఎవరు పంపిస్తారు? మాతాజీ.
మాతాజీ. So 18.54. Is it visible, Prabhuji? My screen is visible?
Yes, Prabhu.
So Mataji, Samyukta Mataji, please can you read one line? We'll follow. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, can you do one line, two line? We'll follow you, Mataji. Two lines you start, Mataji. Two lines. We'll follow. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. 4. Translation, Prabhuji?
Yeah, translation I will do, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Bhagavad Gita 18.54. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati.
Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati.
Samasarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param.
Samasarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param.
Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati. samah sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param.
ब्रह्मभूता प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचते न काक्षते समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्.
The translation: one who is thus transcendently situated,
One who is
transcendentally
transcendently
situated,
situated
at once realizes the
at once realizes the
Supreme Brahman
Supreme Brahman
and becomes fully joyful.
and
and
becomes
becomes
fully
fully
joyful.
transcendent.
He never laments
He
He
never
never
laments
laments
or desires to have anything.
or desires to
or
have anything.
He is equally disposed toward every living entity.
He is
He is
equally
equally
disposed
disposed towards
toward
every
every
living
living entity.
In that state,
in that
In
state.
that
he attains pure devotional service unto me.
He attends
he
pure
attains
devotional
pure devotional
service unto
service unto me. Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschami tattvataha.
Bhaktyamam abhijanati yaval yashmi tatvata
Tato mam tattvato gnatva vishate tadanantaram.
tato vam tattvato gnatvat vishate tadalantaram.
Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. Tato mam tattvato gnatva vishate tadanantaram.
Bhaktyamam abhijanati yaval yashmi tatvata tato vam tattvato gnatva vishate tadalantaram.
The translation: one can understand me as I am,
One can
One can
understand me
understand
as
me
I am,
as I am,
as the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
as the Supreme
as the Supreme
Personality of
Personality
Godhead,
of Godhead,
only by devotional service.
only by
only by
devotional
devotional
service.
service.
And when one is in full consciousness of me
And
And
one
when
is
one
in
is in
full
full
consciousness
consciousness of
of
me,
me,
by such devotion,
by
by
such
such
devotion,
devotion,
he can enter into the kingdom of God.
you
he
can
can
enter
enter
into
into
the
the
kingdom
kingdom
of
of
God.
God.
Get it up.
Bhagavad Gita 18.65. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru.
Manmana
Valvala bhava madbhakto vadhyaji mam namaskuro.
Mam evaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me.
Bhavi vaishyasya tatyante pratijayasya.
Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam evaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me.
Valvala bhava madbhakto vadhyaji mam namaskuro. Bhavi vaishyasya tatyante pratijane priyosmi me.
Translation: always think of me,
Always
Always
think of
think
me,
of me,
become my devotee,
become my devotee,
become a devotee,
worship me,
worship me,
worship me,
and offer your homage unto me.
and
and
offer your
offer
homage
your
unto me.
homage unto me.
Thus you will come to me without fail.
Thus you will
Thus you
come
will
to me
come to
without
me
fail.
without fail.
I promise you
I
I
promise
promise
you,
you,
this because you are my very dear friend.
I promise you this because you are my dear
my
friend,
very dear
my
friend.
dear, very dear friend.
Bhagavad Gita 18.66. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja.
Sarvadharma parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja.
Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshisyami ma suchaha.
Aham tam sarva papebhyo sheshyami sasucha.
Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshisyami ma suchaha.
Sarvadharman paritrecha mamekam sharanam vraja. Ham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha.
Translation: abandon all varieties of religion
Abandon all
Abandon all
varieties of
varieties
religion
of religion
and just surrender unto me.
and just surrender unto me.
I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction.
I
I
shall
shall
deliver
deliver
you
you
from
from
all
all sinful
sinful
reactions.
reactions.
Do not fear.
Do
Do
not
not
fear.
fear.
Attention, Prabhu, please can you read sloka and translation?
Yes, Lord. ब्रह्मभूता प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचते न काक्षति सर्वभूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्. One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. Yeah, 18.55. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato jnanatma vishate tad anantaram. One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into kingdom of God. Valvala bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasya satyalte pratijana priyosive. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer my homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Sarvadharmal parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami vasucha. Abandon all kinds of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all the sinful reactions. Do not fear.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Sirisha wants to do.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 18:54. Bhaktyamamabhijanati yavanyaschaśmi tatvata tato mam tatvato gnatva vishate tadanantaram. Translation: one can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service, and when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Gita 18:65. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuro mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijaneti priyosime. Translation: always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. Bhagavad Gita 18:66. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Translation: abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Hare Krishna.
Subhara Prabhuji, can you listen?
So he is not there, Prabhuji.
Okay, I'll do Prabhuji. I'll listen. We'll wrap up after this. Bhagavad Gita 18:55. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yasya vitattatah tato mam tatvato gnatva vishate tadanantaram. Translation: one can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Gita 18:65. 18:65. Manmanabhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Translation: always think of me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my dear friend. You are my very dear friend. Bhagavad Gita 18.66. Sarvada. Sloka 18.54. Is the other one? Sorry, Prabhuji, I didn't recite this one. 18.54.
No problem. You recite now.
Yeah. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sarveshu bhutesu madbhaktim kim labate param. Translation. One who is thus constantly situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahma and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity. In that state, he attends pure devotional service unto me. 18.66. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. Translation. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Can you stop or?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay, stop. Thank you, Prabhuji. Shubha Sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada book reading ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mata. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.